Vision Savers. We are the light of the world.
Welcome to Vision Savers TV, and I'm on Vision Savers Global Outreach. Today, we are back with the topic on rejection, episode 2, and we're going to be teaching on what I told you last, the topic that says how to overcome rejection when it's coming from your loved one. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button. It's free. Like and share. I remain your humble presenter, Treasure Emmanuel. Let's welcome our guest today. Miss, you're welcome to Vision Savers TV. Please introduce yourself to our audience.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
My name is Nwada Onyinye Martha. It's my pleasure to be here.
Thank you. We are still on the topic rejection, episode 2. And today we are talking on the topic how can one overcome rejection when it's coming from your loved one or from the family. But before we proceed, I would like you to tell us what is rejection in your own term?
Rejection is simply a sense of being unwanted.
Wow, perfect. I love that, a sense of being unwanted. Thank you for that wonderful definition of rejection, a sense of being unwanted. Wow. Let's continue. Today, we are going to be talking about her life experiences on how she was able to overcome rejection from her loved ones and from her family and from people around her. But before we proceed, if you are watching us and you are feeling rejected and you think it's coming from someone you least expect and you want to give up, please stay tuned, watch and then hear from her. You have every right to live your full life. Thank you. Right. Nwada Onyinye Martha, my special guest for today. We are here to hear you out. Please, let's hear your life experiences. What kind of rejection have you ever felt? And how were you able to overcome it?
Rejection itself is very hurtful. When it's now coming from a family member, the feeling becomes magnified. First of all, one has to acknowledge that they are feeling hurtful. Some people, in a way, to maybe they want to feel that they are too strong, or they don't want others to see that they are hurting. They tend to cover it up. They deny that feeling. They don't want to accept that they are hurting. So the first step into getting healing is accepting that there is a problem, that you are hurting.
Yes.
And then you give yourself time to process what is happening to you. When you stay, you don't just dwell on it. Give yourself time to process what is happening to you, and then you can look forward to the healing processes.
It's just like you saying, the way coming out of rejection starts with me or starts with the person that is affected. That's as in your own perspective of one coming out from it.
Yes,
Okay.
you cannot control how people treat you, but you can actually control how you react to the way they treat you.
Awesome. Awesome. I love that. Okay, let's have a practical example. Were you once, do you ever feel it or have you ever felt so? And then what did you do that is you yourself overcoming it? Let's hear you out.
Okay, growing up, I had this bolek, a very large one. It's a situation where you can pass anywhere and everybody knows that you're passing because you look different.
I felt your presence by
Yes.
virtue of the unique being.
Yes, you look different. Everybody knows you're passing. But in our society, it's very difficult for people to accept difference.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks everyone needs to look like them. Everyone needs to behave like them. So that's where that rejection comes into place. So initially, I thought it was admiration. But then when people start talking, I understand that it's actually rejection. People asking, oh, this bow leg, will she ever grow tall? Will she ever get married? And all sort of hurtful words. So it took me time. It took me time. I wallowed in that self-pity for long before I came to understand that I have to snap out of it.
You have to snap out of it. Okay, but I have this question that will lead into the way you were able to see their responses, because I discovered that sometimes you might say something to someone, not really meaning the hurtful way, but you said it out of a quest that you felt like you want to say something, or you want to make jest of that person just for fun's sake, but the receiver received it
Differently.
differently. So most times, don't you think that was the scenario that was happening to you? Because one might come to maybe draw attention of those that did not feel the leg and said, by the time he or she said some one or two things concerning you, the attention of the odd crowd or the congregation there will be attracted towards you. And I guess that is where that rejection comes in, because most persons will start giving you some words that is not accepted by you.
Yes, some people actually say it in such a way that if you critically analyze it, they don't mean to hurt you.
Yeah.
But then some people talk to you directly, as in they want to hurt you. They want whatever they are saying to get at you. Okay, in that scenario, during teenage age, you see some boys, they will come to you, they want to be your friend, and once you say no, that's when they will remind you, it's not this one with bow leg, it's a one you do.
That's they are doing you a favor. You're not even happy that they came to talk to you, even with your um abnormal leg, because that's what they see it as.
Yeah.
But it's a unique thing. Let me tell you one experience I had when I was growing up. I had this brother, a young teenager too, like at the age of 15, living very close to our house. So when he's crossing, I always admire the way he walks, because he has that leg physique, good leg. So when he's walking, I was admiring. It wasn't much. So when I go to school, I start practicing keeping my leg that way. It was, I'm just saying this now, but one lady saw me one day and said, "This is not your step. Is anything wrong with you?" I said, "No, that this is my new step. I want to start working with." So you see, something that me, I was even admiring to have, and someone has it, and someone is talking to another person. That is life. One man's meat might be another man's poison. Okay, now that is one way of rejection. How were you able to overcome it? Because I believe now the bow leg is not yet straightened.
Okay, like I said in the beginning, accepting that you're hurting is the first step. I accepted that I was hurting.
Okay.
Okay, and then I have to look out for a way to overcome that hurt. I didn't want to dwell in it for so long. Sometimes I do listen to music just to get my mind off what people say or off what people are saying. Currently, when I am walking around, you see people still making reference to that bullet. Most times I will just put on my earphone, put a loud music, and pass through them without hearing a thing about what they are saying. Even if I do hear, I ignore it.
That's awesome. Your ability to ignore, not minding whatever anybody is saying at that particular time will give you an edge, or it was what gave you an edge, even till date, to overcome that particular aspect of rejection. And that question is, our topic today is strictly on how can one overcome rejection when it's coming from your family members. Now you have your siblings and your parents, who I believe they don't have ball leg too, or they so when you feel when you come home or when you're working with them, have you ever felt rejected in their midst?
Okay. And most times it's not when I am working with them outside, but it's mostly when we are inside. Thinking about it now, I can say they didn't want to hurt me intentionally, but them making fun of it actually contributed to the hurt I was feeling. You know, sometimes you'll be walking around and somebody will say, "Ah, you're walking like a duck."
A dog.
Duck.
Okay.
You know how duck walks.
Yes.
And when you have bow leg, you kind of you're walking like a duck.
I can
At that
feel.
moment, all of us will laugh about it. The hurt won't start.
Okay.
The hurt won't start at that moment.
Okay.
It starts when maybe you're now lying down and then you want to think about the things that happened in the day and you remember it. Or maybe one another person talks in a negative way about that leg. And then you remember what your family is equally saying about it. And then you start getting hurt.
Okay, at this point, outsiders, you might you may not come across them again.
Yeah.
There are persons that if they are the one talking down on you, making you feel rejected, you may not come across them. They might see you for that first time and you won't see them again.
Yeah.
But your family members, you are sleeping in the same house with them. So do you ever confront them? What did you do that made you till today? They're still your family members, but you have overcome that rejection. How did you do it? Or you forgot about it? Let's hear you out.
I didn't for so long. I think I absorbed the whole stuff they are saying. I absorbed it. Maybe initially I thought it was jokes, but then as time goes on, it it started hurting. When you listen to what outsiders are saying, and then you come back home where you're supposed to get the love, get the encouragement, get the inspiration to live with the outside world, and you start hearing the same thing all over again. That's how much it hurts when it's coming from family.
Aside your bow leg, do you have any other rejection aspect of life that you want to talk about?
Actually, the bow leg kind of affected the height.
Okay.
It affected the growth and then affected the height.
Yes.
So from bow leg, we moved to not being tall. Not being tall, yeah.
You're not being tall. Who told you that you're not tall?
I know already it's part of physical physique. I don't feel it any longer.
You don't feel it, but then you were feeling it.
Yeah, I
When you
was.
see some other young, beautiful young girls like you, when you're having the height of 5 points, and most of them, when you're standing close to them, you are just like their shoulder. You be feeling like me. I'm not tall. I'm not tall. Was it like boy from your family? That's from the bow leg. They start. That means your siblings are they all tall?
Yeah, most of them.
Most of them. I guess that's why they were always feeling that you are not tall because I always tell people when instances I always give when a slim girl is in the midst of slim girls, she's slim. But when a fat girl is in the midst of slim girls, there's every tendency of inferiority complex
Yes.
because all her everyday activity, all her mindset, everything is striving to be like the crew she belonged to.
Yeah.
I'm a victim. I know what I'm talking about. Even when you yourself looking at yourself, you're not looking far, but because for the fact you're in the midst of that set of crew of people that are slim, when I mean obviously slim, you want to be like that. So every attempt you're making is there. Before you know it, you lose your confidence. So now, but in the family, where you have everyone is tall and you are not tall, I can picture it. I can picture it. So, but now, when you go home as an adult, I believe nobody is talking about height again this era because we all need money. Everybody talking about money now, is it not? Or are you still talking about height?
Okay, you know, some things happened before those words kind of reduced from the way it used to be. When I left home for high institution, I I got to see different people with different body physique, and I see how they live their life freely. I was feeling so inferior of myself. And when I sit and watch these people, I'll be asking myself, I'm not that bad. Why am I feeling this way? I'm not that bad.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Sometimes I'll walk into the church, you watch people in the wheelchair, they'll be worshiping God in all their might. And me that has legs and hands, I'll be feeling so bad. Oh, this person is better than me. This person, there will always be someone better than you, and
Yes.
there will always be someone you're better than. Those
Yes.
people you're better than, they equally have some people that they are better than. I think that was the first time I started overlooking what people are saying.
Wow.
I told myself, since these people are not feeling, or even if they are feeling, they are not showing it to the world.
Yes.
I can equally live without feeling like that. You understand?
Perfect. Oh, thank you. One good thing is I discovered one thing as I interface with the young youths, adults, teenagers, children. I discovered there's one thing they said: anywhere that you are and you are not getting value, try to change environment.
Yeah.
It's good that environment will place the value on you, or you place value on yourself based on the environment you found yourself. It's just like what you're saying. But the fact that you remained at home, you were moving from house to school, you keep feeling that way. Your ability to move out and step out into the world where you now saw people that you felt this person is not supposed to be smiling. I can picture you that has bow leg looking at the lady on the wheelchair,
Yeah.
singing, praising, expressing herself, and you know I have every reason to feel free. I have every reason to stand tall and talk. Okay, because just like I always say, when you are in an environment where you're not getting value and you're feeling rejected, one thing is, like she has said, take a step, give yourself a treat to another environment and experience a fresh breath of value. By so doing, you discover that your whole self will come back to normalcy. Thank you so much, Nwada Onyinye Martha. I believe you have something to say to the audience at this point. I want you to look at the audience because we might have someone who is feeling rejected. It may not be as a result of body physique, it might be as a result of inability to produce results. When you're in family, everybody is bringing first, second, third, and your result is always poor, and you are not. They think you are not meeting up to the standard. Rejection can come in that direction. When they're giving others something, they will not give you. Why? Because they think you are not meeting up to the standard. It can also come as a result of the way you eat. It can come as a result of the way you talk, or that everybody mustn't talk the same way. We have Nwada Onyinye Martha who is going to tell you some few points on how to overcome this kind of rejection. You really get benefit from her. Nwada Onyinye Martha, I would like you to look at the audience and begin to outline those points that will help them to overcome family and loved one rejection.
Okay. Like I said at the beginning, the first step is accepting that whatever rejection you are getting is hurting you. Accept that you are hurting. But don't dwell too long in accepting that you're hurting. And then journal your emotions. That is if you can. If you cannot, talk to the people that make you feel at home, the people you can actually trust. You talk to them, uh, you can actually get encouragement from these people. Then try to exercise yourself. I mean, taking care of yourself. Eat healthy, exercise, meditate. Just think of something that makes you feel at home. Again, you speak positive of yourself. Just like me, if people around me keep reminding me, oh, she has bow legs, she might not amount to anything, I will keep telling myself, oh, I'm very intelligent and I am very smart. I can actually become whatever I want to become. There is power in spoken words. You try to Try to tell yourself that you can. And then again, stay away from the thoughts, the negative thoughts that will always come to you. This time around, it is not coming from people, but then thinking about everything that people have said, the thought will now come into you and be saying, "Oh, you can't do it. Do you know how terrible you look? Do you know how bad you are? Do you know how dull you are?" That thought keep running through you because of what people have said. You snap out of it. Tell yourself, your mirror is your best motivator. Stand in front of your mirror. Tell yourself the stuff you want to hear. Tell it to yourself. You have to love yourself before people around will love you. Most times they view you from the way you present yourself. Stand tall anywhere. So long as you can put all these things into practice, you find out that you start overcoming the hurt coming out of rejection. So long as this world is still the way it is, people will definitely behave in a certain way. You can't control the way they talk, the way they behave towards you, but you can control the way you react to what they are doing.
I just had a deep breath, a sense of relief. Yes, I can. Say to yourself, yes, I can. I am not what the world says I am. That's what she's saying. You're not what the world says, you're what God says you are. So, what she's saying, before you speak positive words to yourself, just know that you are not the creator of yourself. God is your creator. And then embrace that love and speak positive of yourself. I am really blessed. I know you're blessed. I know you're coming out so strong. You're coming out strengthened. Thank you so much, Nwada Onyinye Martha. Today has been awesome. It has been awesome. It has been awesome. It doesn't matter where you are or you're watching us. Don't forget to click subscribe button. And we're coming back again with episode 3. Don't forget to comment on the comment section your testimonies, and if you want to be featured in Vision Savers TV on this topic, rejection, don't forget to give us a call with the number below the video or put it on the comment section. We'll definitely get across to you. Thank you so much. Thank you, our sponsors. Thank you to everyone that is Vision Savers viewers. Please get your friends to subscribe to Vision Savers TV channel. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for episode 3 on rejection. Thank you, ma'am, for coming around.
You're welcome.
Vision Savers, we are the light of the world.